So good afternoon, everybody. Welcome here back to the Gammain Sports Ground, back at the Den here. Another great day. The Lions welcome the Turvey Park Bulldogs here today, and it's one of those days where it's all happening. It's same day junior football, junior netball, flowing on to senior football, senior netball. Absolutely fantastic day. 40 mils of rain here through the week at Gammain. The ground immaculate. We've got a bit of a breeze from the east. Won't affect the goal scoring at either end much. We're back here, of course. We've had a bye last week, and the Lions had that tussle against the Hoppers at Coolaman. Went down by 19 points. They weren't disgraced. It was a heavy-going, tight, contested game. Andrew will talk more about that. Most importantly, Andrew will talk about the changes here today for the Lions.
Thanks very much, guys. Great to be back here at the Gammain Sports Ground. It's been a few weeks since we were here, and yes, the Lions' last game 2 weeks ago was against Coolaman, up in Coolaman, where they went down by 19 points in a fairly competitive contest. They've probably come away pleased enough with themselves that they pushed the current leaders of the competition, and they find themselves up against Turvey Park today, who came off a loss against Mangapla last week at their home ground. And Turvey Park sits 6th on the ladder currently after yesterday's games, and the Lions have fallen now down to 5th position. So it's a pretty important game. The Lions one game clear of the Bulldogs at this stage of the season. So yeah, this game's very important for both sides. As we know, they finished on a draw in the first home and away game they played, and the Lions have some new inclusions into their side from the Coolaman game. Out is Dan Foley, who's currently suspended on a one-game suspension. Into the side for him to replace him is his brother Joe. This will be Joe's first game since that first game against Coolaman in round one. And also coming into the side is Zach McPherson and Cooper Higgins, the two boys that are currently going to school down in Melbourne, home on holidays. So they've come into the side replacing Jed Corbett, who is on Allies duties. He's been selected in the Under-18s Championship to represent the Allies against WA on Wednesday in Ballarat. He had a game the previous Sunday against Vic Metro, also at Ballarat. So that's a good effort for Jed as a 17-year-old to be playing in the Under-18 Championships. We've lost a third player there as well out of that side. I'll track that one down. But when we look across at Turvey Park, the game from a few in the first home and away, they've got some new faces in their side. Andrew Emery, Brady Morton have come into the team. I don't think Harry Glanville played in that game, so there's some new inclusions in that side for them as well. So. And also Lucas Roberts is another one that's finished with his Talent League Academy game. So he's also joined the Turvey Park side for this game. So a few changes overall from the first time they met in round 3 of the RFL. Blair Walsh was the third player. Sorry, Blair played in the Under-18s and the Under-16s early in the day. So
well, we wish Jed all the best during the week, Andrew, and obviously you and the family will make the trek to Ballarat.
Yes, we went down last Sunday to Ballarat. It was conditions much the same as today here. Sometimes you can hit Ballarat and you'll be wishing you were in another region, but yeah, it was quite pleasant. So this game's about ready to be kicked underway by umpire Rob Johnson. Throws the ball high, and there's been a whistle blown already. And Rob will say, give it to me, I'll have another crack at that. Wasn't happy with his first attempt.
Lions to the Waterview Street, southern end of the ground, right of your screen.
So Marsh wins a tap there for Bulldogs, taps it down. It's on the ground there. Coming in is Jack Reynolds. He tries to pick it up. Diving on the ball is Tommy Anson. Gets a hand pass over his head to Jack Reynolds. Kicks his forward. Sitting under this is Seb Hemlin. He has front position over Jed Guthrie for Turvey Park. He gathers, swings one way, then the left. He's tackled. Gets a handball over the sideline, but he's deemed to be caught with the ball. And the free kick will go to Jed Guthrie. Previously played for the Lions, but now is with Turvey Park. He kinks this long down the wing looking for Marsh. Front position. The ball goes through his hands. Fellows grabs the handball back to Walgers. He dodges around one. Kicks this one forward. Sitting under it is Emery for Turvey Park. He can't take the ball. Gathers. He's tackled strongly there by a Lions opponent in Lucas Hattie. Handball comes out to Tom Anderson. Back to Boston McCree. Clears this ball high onto the wing. Sitting under this is Turvey Park. Tackle there by Zach McPherson, and the umpire deems that the Turvey Park opponent there didn't have possession of the ball. He goes inside to Walgers. He marks, plays on, gets a hand pass to Guthrie. Pressure there from Aaron Proctor. Gets a quick kick away to half forward there. Joe Foley's held without possession. Play on, says the umpire. Hand pass from Jack Reynolds back to Colby Hamlin. Chip forward there, and Joe Foley's marked. 40 metres out, he'll have a shot at goal, Guy.
Well, what breeze there is, it's a little bit stiff. Coming from the east, might slightly favour the southern end of the ground, so that might help Joe a little bit. He'll have to give it a little bit of left orientation to float it through the big sticks at the Waterview Street end of the ground. Joe Foley comes in, nice looking drop punt. Think the goal umpire taps his shoulder, one behind the Lions. First score here at the Den. Important
have a look at that Turvey Park team, Guy, and see the positions they're sitting in there at the moment. As the ball's kicked out from full back, it's marked by Seb Hamlin. Hand pass to Butters. Tommy Anderson kicks this forward, but unfortunately it's out on the full.
Yeah, well, Baz has to bring that up, Andrew. I can't bring it up. Sorry. So
all good. As the ball's kicked in field there, it's marked by Glanville for Turvey Park. Sitting between full-back and centre half-back.
No, I tell a lie. Sorry, I've got it.
So the ball goes out wide to the far flank and it rolls over the boundary line, out of bounds.
I'll flick it up when we get a goal or get a bit of a break. I'll flick the Bulldog side up.
Very good.
Every week, Baz gets me to do something new. It throws me a bit, Andrew.
Yes, this technology, as the ball's thrown in there, the ball goes forward for the Lions. Gathered by Zach McPherson. Quick kick, but it's forced out on the full there, and it'll be a free kick to Glanville for Turvey Park.
He'll bring it in right in front of the Romano's sponsors there. Of course, the Lions have got a function coming up at Romano's when they play next in Wagga.
Yes, they've got their annual ball at the Romano's. So Turvey kicked this in, sitting under it is Reynolds. It goes through his hands, coming through is Jesse Lander. Gets a hand pass to Tom Anderson, weaves one way, then the next. The left foot along the ground. Kick comes forward, but it's grabbed by Walgers by Turvey Park. On to Baxter. He's tackled strongly by Jesse Lander. Play on, says the umpire. Marsh kicks this forward. Gathered off his toes by Zach Burhop. Hand pass to Tom Quinn. Puts him under pressure and he's tackled. And the umpire will ball it up.
Perhaps a little bit lucky there, Tom Quinn. He stumbled and went to ground with the ball, so lucky not to be penalised there.
The ground is in pretty good condition after 44 mils of rain, but yeah, it's a little bit slippery on top. Umpire will ball it up on the far wing. Marsh and Madden for the Lions. Another ball up there. A lot of congestion around this ball. Marsh grabs it out of the ruck, gets a hand pass forward. Coming through is young Higgins there for Turvey. And the umpire's found a free kick. It'll go back to Colby Hamlin.
Incorrect disposal.
Going to send this long. Looking for his brother in Seb. Coming across to meet it is Turvey Park. The ball's on the ground there. Picked up Shannon Butterfield. Has a shot at goal as they wrestle in the goal square. Aaron Proctor and his opponent, and it's gone through for a goal.
Great shot by Aaron Proctor there. Oh, Shannon Butterfield, was it?
Yeah, Shannon Butterfield gets the first goal.
Opportunist there at the Waterview Street, the southern end of the ground. The Lions are 1-1-7. Bulldogs yet to score. Andrew, I'll just flick that if you want to speak about the Bulldogs side. I've flicked it up there now. I don't know whether you can look at it on your monitor.
Yeah, I've got it there, yep. Yes, it's young Hockley, I think. Number 51 there for Turvey Park across half-back. So we come back to the centre. Gavin Hoffert, umpire, throws it up high. Marsh taps that down, looking for Fellows. He's tackled as he tries to grab possession, but Zach Walters comes through, gets a kick forward on his right foot. Coming out to meet it is Emery. Gathers it in, hand passes backwards there. Brady Morton's tackled as he tries to kick by Boston McCree. Play on, says the umpire. Cleared by the Lions through Josh Walsh to Zach McPherson, and it's forced out of bounds there by Turvey Park in front of the Turvey Park coach's box.
So we've got sponsors there, Cummins, Hendricks. Business, main head of the business, Gammane, Wagga, Coolaman, but they've also got branches all around the riverina.
Madden with front position, good body use by Marsh there, but Jack Reynolds comes through, takes the ball. Zach McPherson gathers, a hand pass back to Dan Madden. His kick is smothered as he attempts to push it forward, and the ball's on the ground there. Morton and Nate Hamlin fight for this one, and the umpire's called for a ball up.
Plenty of intensity early here against the Bulldogs, which is what you'd expect.
Yeah, it's a very important game for both sides as Zach Walters takes possession of this. He's tackled by Jack Reynolds. He's deemed to be disposed of the football, and it's a free kick to Jack Reynolds. Kicks this one high, looking for Seb Hamlin. It bounces in front of him. He gathers. Gets a hand pass back to his brother Nate. His kick is smothered, coming through his Fellows. Ball's on the ground there. Picked up by Hockley, on to Roberts there. He's tackled, hand pass backwards, looking for Lewington. He can't pick it up, slippery there. Nate Hamlin's tackled, and the umpire will ball it up.
It's no place for the faint-hearted early. Great endeavour from both sides.
Marsh taps that back, coming through is Zach McPherson. He busts the pack, gives a hand pass to Jack Reynolds, chips one forward, it's smothered, gathered by Zach McPherson again. His kick is smothered, coming through is Cooper Higgins. He gathers, tries to swing on his left. He's tackled with the ball, and the umpire's going to ball it up. It didn't have Pryor. Prominent there earlier, the two boys from Melbourne. Marsh wins that tap, looking for Baxter. Gathered by Zach McPherson. He's got one over the shoulder, and he'll have a shot on goal.
Way too high. It was always there, that tackle. So Zach will have a kick. He'll have to let go from a bit outside, bit over 40 metres. Once again, the breeze is just coming over his left shoulder. He'll allow for that. So obviously, Andrew, those boys that are schooling in Melbourne, they're getting plenty of football as well as schooling the way they're going.
Yes, they're playing in that strong APS competition where all the future stars play. Zach at Wesley.
And he sprayed that to the right for one behind.
And Cooper at Xavier.
1-2-8 the Lions, the Bulldogs yet to score. 9 minutes gone, first term at the Den.
Well, it's been all Lions early as this ball's been brought out from defence, and it's over the sidelines, and it'll be a throw-in. Or is it a free kick? Yes,
I think it's untouched by anyone, so the Lions take it back in.
Lasso, as they call it in the AFL, as Turvey clean up here through Lewington on to Baxter. He's running out of defence there. Gets one bounce. Hand passes on to Margocious. Sits on his knees. He can't pick it up. Pressure there from Charlie Smith. And the Lions hold it up across half forward there. Good pressure from the Lions.
Yeah, they're dominating across the centre, Andrew.
Marsh is dominating in the ruck. He grabs another one out of the ruck, and it's on to Fellows, but he's put under pressure. His kick is marked by Colby Hamlin. Hand pass to Nate. Then on to Tom Anderson. He kicks wide, looking for Jake Underwood, but it goes through his legs, and it's out of bounds.
Throw in right in front of Mark Bradley Plumbing from Coolaman. If you've got a leak, get him on the phone.
Madden with front position, taps forward. Jed Guthrie tries to pick it up. Hand pass to Turvey there. Get possession, kick high. Big leap by Seb Hamlin, and he marks the ball.
Never took his eyes off it. It had to come down with the second grab, but that was no trouble to Seb.
Sat on the shoulders of Dylan Morton, and he has the ball on the wing for the Lions.
Umpire
Turvey with
asked him to
numbers
move
back.
it on.
This one's kicked high into the forward line. Madden with front position, but there to mop up is Lucas Roberts. He kicks forward and finds Brady Morton. Across half back there for Turvey. He just holds this one up. He can swing wide here, and he's found Tom Baxter. He quickly plays on, kicks down, looking for Lucas Roberts. Tries to keep this one in, which he does. Dodges one way, then the next. Hand passes directly to Colby Hamlin. On to Cooper Higgins. He gathers. Hand pass to Shannon Butterfield. He slips over and he's bundled over the sidelines. Both sides having a little bit of trouble keeping their feet.
Yeah, a lot of talk in the AFL, Andrew, about boot manufacturers that need to make some screw-in stops.
Yeah, some of these moulded boots, the stops aren't quite long enough for these types of conditions. As Turvey win the tap, Lucas Roberts sends a grubbing ball forward. It's gathered by Lucas Hattie. Kicks his forward at the feet of Jake Underwood. Coming through is Nate Hamlin. He can't gather. Jake Hamlin's ball spilt three, and the tackle coming through is Turvey there. They can't pick it up. Gathered by Walgers. He dodges one way, then the next. Handball comes out the back to Seb Hamlin. He kicks one across the ground. No one's going to mark that. It goes through the feet of Turvey Park as Aaron Proctor tries to pick it up. He's put under pressure, gathered by Jake Underwood. He turns one way, then the next. Handball's backwards. Madden taps it forward. No one can gather this, and it's going to be held up across half forward there for the Lions.
So a ball out.
Oh, it's he's deemed to be caught with the ball there.
Oh, dear.
Against Turvey Park, against Harry Granville. And the free kick will go to Joe Foley.
So Joe Foley has a shot to the southern end of the ground. Once again, he's got to kick a little bit further, just a bit more than 40 metres. The way the flags are blowing at the moment, it'll have a little bit of wind assistance. Distance will not be a problem. Having said that, he's only just cleared the pack for a major. Doesn't matter, it's cleared it.
Yes, Turvey had numbers on the line there. There's just a little bit of confusion and they didn't spoil that through. Likewise, Joe could have ran a little bit further in on his approach as well, but it's another goal to Joe Foley.
It looked from here...
Sorry, to the Lions.
Yeah, it looked from here, Andrew, if someone from the Bulldogs was on the line, it would have been reachable, but
yeah.
Anyway, they'll know that now. The Lions 2-2-14. The Bulldogs are yet to score. There's 13 minutes gone here at the Den.
So one goal to Joe Foley, one go to Butterfield. Ball's thrown up. No one can win that tap. Gathered by Brady Morton. His kick is smothered. On to Walgers. Back to Morton. On to Turvey there. They kick this forward. Leaped high through the hands of Tom Quinn. The ball's on the ground there. Coming through is Josh Walsh. Hand pass out wide to the Lions there. Kick forward by Tom Quinn. Goes looking for Joe Foley. It's over his head. Race to the ball between him and Glanville. Gets a hand pass back to Lewington. He runs past it. Gathered by Jake Underwood. Hand passes over his head looking for Joe Foley. He gathers. Going the wrong way. Hooks this one back around. Falls at the feet of Zach McPherson. Coming through is Shannon Butterfield. And he's going to get a free kick there because it's high.
Yes, that illegal tackle high all the way. Shannon Butterfield, he'll have a chance to bring up another major. He'll kick from about 35. Virtually the same place where Joe Foley had that last shot from. So a little bit of wind assistance, not much. He won't need it. It's within range. So we watch him come in on that right foot. Goal umpire just watches it go straight over his head for a major at the southern end of the ground.
Second for Shannon Butterfield. And it's all the Lions in this first 15 minutes of this first quarter.
Andrew, the Lions look a bit fresher coming off their bye after that heavy game against Coolaman.
Yes, it was a very close tussle between Turvey Park and Mangapla in last week's game at Mar Oval.
Might have taken a bit out of the Bulldogs, but it's early days yet.
There's still plenty of time to be played in this game. As the
important game for the Lions because there's congestion in that... once you get away from Coolaman on the top of the ladder, there's a lot of congestion in the ladder.
Madden in the ruck. Up against Baxter Wallet this time. Marsh has come out of the centre bounce and gone forward as Jesse Lander clears this out of the fence, looking for Joe Foley. It's gathered by Charlie Smith. He swings around, sends this one forward. Over the top of Nate Hamlin. Running onto this is Seb Hamlin. He breaks one tackle. Hand pass back to Tom Anderson. Swings around on his right and it's going towards the pocket, but it's out of bounds. on the far side to where he kicked it. And it'll be a free kick to Turvey Park.
So the Bulldogs will bring it in right in front of the Coolamon Butchery sign there, right on the boundary. It's been a short pass.
Lewington has marked this.
He's looking for options.
Kick this long down the line, looking for Emery. Gives a good shove to Josh Walsh, and he's got away with it. Takes the mark. No one on the mark. He can play on. He kicks forward, but he's kicked it straight down the throat of Cooper Higgins. He goes in field, and he's kicked it to the opposition in Zach Walgers. He can send this long. He dodges around one. Gives a hand pass to Stratton. He's tackled as he gets a hand pass away onto Brady Morton. He kicks this forward. It's going high to the goal square, and it's through for a goal as the Lions players trip over each other there in Tom Quinn and Boston McCree, and it's through for a goal for the Bulldogs.
Well, there was a comedy of errors there. Not funny, but there was errors from both sides. Resulted in the Bulldogs were able to virtually get their first major foray into their goal line, and the Bulldogs forward line shepherded through for a goal at the northern end of the ground. The Lions are 3-2-20. The Bulldogs one straight goal with 17 minutes gone now in an entertaining first quarter here at the Den.
Back to the centre of the ground. Baxter Wallet up against Dan Madden in the ruck. Madden high, tapped down there by Fellows onto Baxter. Then Turvey Park sent this forward. It's another one along the ground coming out to meet it. Is Turvey Park there. Ball's regathered there by Jack Sussay. He can't get hold of it. Aaron Proctor tries to prick it up. And Jack Sussay is tackled there over the top of the ball. Attack of the fumbles both sides here, and some of the kicking has been quite atrocious so far along the ground. As the ball's thrown up, Madden taps that over his shoulder. Fella's wrapped up in a tackle there, and the umpire will ball it up.
They've been watching that World Cup, Andrew.
Yeah, some of them are more like soccer kicks. Emery in the ruck against Madden has tapped down there. Coming through is Walgers. He can't pick it up. Aaron Proctor over the top of the ball. He tries to burst his way through. Emery's gathered it, kicks it forward and spoiled there by the Lions player in Brad Matters there. Forces it through for a behind. Josh Walsh to bring it in. He plays as a Burhop, it is, Zach, and he plays on, finds Cooper Higgins. He goes wider again and finds Lucas Hattie, but his kick is spoiled, and then it's on the wing there, gathered by Zach Burhop, who's pushed on, kicks one forward looking for Nate Hamlin, gets a good hand pass back to Joe Foley, sends this forward looking for Seb Hamlin, but it's spoiled by Jed Guthrie there, gathered by Higgins. He sends this back along the wing, and he finds captain coach in Dylan Morton on that far half-back flank. He settles, chips a little short one forward to Lewington. Still have it on that far half-back flank, the Bulldogs.
They're in no hurry. They're trying to set something up here.
Tries to dodge around the man on the mark, which he does. Sends this further down the wing looking for Emery. But a good, strong mark there in front is Jack Sussay.
Stood his ground.
Been in good form, Jack Sussay. Chips a little one short inside to Josh Walsh. Two experienced defenders for the Lions. He kicks this one long to centre half forward. Dan Madden can run onto this one into the forward line. Tries to pick it up. He's gathered and tackled by Baxter Wallet. And the umpire will ball it up 25 metres out from goal, straight in front.
Couldn't quite get his foot to it like Messi.
Baxter and Wallet in the ruck. Baxter gathers this out of the ruck. Kicks this forward. Numbers here for the Lions there. And it's well taken by Colby Hamlin there. Had pressure from his teammate in Aaron Proctor, but he's taken the ball, and he's going to have to kick from 50 metres out, virtually straight in front. Probably got the breeze blowing from left and right over his left shoulder.
Frightening to look up and see Aaron Proctor heading your way, Andrew, when you're setting yourself for a mark.
Oh, Colby had eyes for the ball.
Yep.
Kick is on its way. It's going to fall short. It's a big leap by Baxter Wallet there from behind. He takes the mark in defence.
Good strong mark.
Chips a little one forward there. Finds Stratton. Goes wide to Hockley. Can hand pass on to Turvey. Kick this forward, but once again they turn over. Finds Zach Burhop on the wing. He can switch for the Lions. He comes into the centre of the ground looking for Boston McCree. Takes a good, strong mark. Kicks it wide. It's going to land in front of Zach McPherson, but he's got plenty of time. There's no one in Kui. He can take a bounce if he likes. He drills one in short, but spoiled by Mogocious there for the Turvey Park Bulldogs. He tries to gather. He slips. Gets a hand pass to Fellows. He breaks one tackle, then the next. Plays on. Kicks it down forward. Looking for Walgers. Spoiled by Tom Quinn. Gathered by Zach McPherson. Back to Boston McCree. The two academy kids kick this high onto the wing there, and it falls into the arms of Cooper Higgins, the third academy boy from the Giants for the Lions. He can go inside. It's a floater through the hands of Shannon Butterfield, gabbed by Thomas Anderson. Back to Butterfield. He can send this forward. Leading out from full forward is Jake Underwood, who marks at centre forward. Can send a little one across goals to Lucas Hattie, and he'll have a shot from 40 metres out.
He thought about giving it off, but I think his teammates have encouraged him to go back and have a set shot. He'll have to kick from every bit of 45 metres to clear the man on the mark. Same thing, breeze across his left shoulder. Nice looking drop punt. No, it's away to the right for one behind. The Lions are 3-3-21. The Bulldogs 1-1-7. 22 minutes gone, first term.
Lewington to bring this back in for the Bulldogs. He's going to go to the far side. He plays on. Kicks this long, looking for Fellows. He's tries to take the mark, but it's bounced out of bounds, and the umpire's indicating a lasso free kick to the Lions. Ball's kicked inside to Tom Anderson. He marks there. He's 75 metres from goal. Looks like he's going to send this long, but he's drilled it long and low. Gathered there by Turvey Park. Cleared by Fellows. On to Higgins. He marks on that far wing. Plays on quickly to Fellows. Plenty of run here from Turvey. One over the top there to Wallet. He can send this forward. Inside. Goes over the head of Walgers. He tries to gather it in again. Then tackled by Tom Quinn. And he's held up in possession. And the umpire will ball it up.
So a ball up. Just inside the arc of the 50 at the northern end of the ground. Both sides spilling those short passes, not coming off as they'd like.
Marsh taps that down to Fellows. He's tackled. And the umpire will call for a ball up. Still at centre half forward for the Bulldogs. Marsh in the ruck. Madden tries to gather that. Gathered by Anderson, gets a hand pass out the back, but it's gathered by Lewington. On to Morton, sends this high, looking for Emery. And use of the body by Emery results in a mark 10 metres out as the siren goes for the end of the first quarter. Something the Lions didn't want.
Yeah, he outbodied his Lions opponent on that occasion. So he's kicking from the top of the square, virtually dead in front. One would think unmissable. Straight over the goal umpire's head. So that's a bit of a blow for the Lions right after the quarter-time siren here at the Gammain Sports Ground.
Yes, they controlled most of that first quarter. And they find themselves 8 points up at quarter-time.
Yeah, it's a pretty tight, tussling game, which we would expect from between these two clubs. Both sides just a little bit off with their passing. That's causing a few turnovers. The Lions with all the play early inside the 50, but the Bulldogs, for all the entries they've had, Andrew, they've done pretty well.
Yes, they've kept themselves right in the game in this first quarter. They probably, only had the 3 or 4 forward entries where the Lions probably had 10 or so. They've made the most of theirs.
And if the breeze is of any assistance, it's possibly favouring the southern end, but not much, wouldn't say. So the operators and associates and commentators will have a drink. Look forward to bringing you the rest of this game here from the Den. Spectators clear the ground here after the quarter-time addresses by both coaches. Nothing in this game here We're suggesting that there's a little bit of favourability to the southern end of the ground, so we'll see what the Bulldogs make of that this quarter. The Lions 3-3-21, the Bulldogs 2-1-13. We keep saying ground immaculate.
Marsh in the ruck for the Bulldogs, Madden for the Lions. Umpire throws it up. Marsh taps it back into the arms of Walgers. He's tackled as he gets his hand pass away. Coming out to meet her is Baxter Wallet. He's running back the wrong way. He's met strongly by Tom Anderson. And the ball comes out to Dylan Morton. Kicks his forward there. It's gathered by Brady Morton. Hand pass back to Margocius. He can't pick it up. He's tackled by Reynolds. And I think the umpire might have to pull this game up as Baxter Wallet in the centre of the ground hasn't got to his feet yet as Tom Anderson breaks one tackle. Hand passes forward there. Margocius tries to pick this up. And the umpire will pull the game up here.
Yeah, she's best.
Let the trainers attend Baxter Wallet there in the centre of the ground.
She's just been made aware that that player is still down. So there'll be a break here. We got same-day footy. Well, the junior ground that's only been developed this year, been resurfaced. Absolutely fantastic with the weather we've had.
Ball's thrown up there. Dan Madden clears it for the Lions going forward, but it's gathered by Lewington here. Off half-back, sends this forward. Morton and Boston McCree tangle legs. Jack Susse dodges around one, brings it back into the centre of the ground. It's a long, low kick and gathered by Morton. But coming through is Tom Anderson, gathered by Walgers. Gets a hand pass back to Roberts. He can't take possession. Ball's on the ground there, and diving on it is Tom Anderson. Tackled by Jed Guthrie from the Bulldogs, and the umpire will ball it up on the wing. Ball's thrown up. Madden and Marsh wrestle in the ruck. Comes through Jack Reynolds. Tackle there on Shannon Butterfield by Marsh, and the umpire will call for a ball up. Ball's thrown up. Madden in front, taps it down. Coming through his Fellows, is picked up by Lucas Hattie. Gets his kick forward. Lewington comes out to meet it, but it's regathered by Jake Underwood. A chip forward by Jesse Lander along the ground. Coming through is Zach McPherson. He tries to pick it up. Players there diving on the ball. Gets a hand pass out to Aaron Proctor. He kicks one forward on his left, but it's gone through for a behind.
Yeah, he couldn't get a good go at it, really, so it dribbled across the face of the goal for a behind, northern end of the ground. Morton
kicks this wide to the wing there. Fellows front position, spoiled there by Butterfield, but deemed to be holding the man. Fellows has possession, goes wide and finds Walgers. He'll swing on his right and kick this forward. Sitting under it is Josh Walsh, who marks. Gets a hand pass on to Lucas Hattie. Back to Josh Walsh. Hand pass forward to Jack Reynolds. Lions get out of trouble. He sends this forward. Sitting under it is Morton, though. At centre half forward. No Lions players within 10 metres, and he takes the mark. Plays on. Kicks it wide to the clubhouse side. Sitting under it is Baxter. He's spoiled as he marks the ball. The umpire's going to call him back. He's paid a mark. It was more like a free kick front on contact, but he's paid the mark to Baxter, and the umpire's calling it back. Tom Baxter from Sydney. You previously played with Griffith and previously UNSW in the Sydney competition. Kicks this one forward. Sitting under it is Boston McCree. He flies high and takes a good defensive mark for the Lions there.
Yeah, it was misjudged by the Bulldogs. The ball carried the pack.
Gets a little hand pass around the back to Zach Burhop. He goes wide looking for Josh Walsh. Ball bounces in front of him. He gathers, gets his kick away under pressure from Emery. Pressure there on Joe Foley by his opponent, but then he falls over the Turvey Park teammate and gets a hand pass by Jake Underwood onto Joe Foley. Jake Underwood gathers again, can swing around his left, goes one way then the next. Handballs back to Lucas Hattie. He can send this forward for the Lions to centre half forward. Sitting under it is Zach McPherson. He can't mark. Gathered by Sam Hamlin. His kick is smothered. Walgers is tackled strongly there by Jesse Lander, and the umpire will ball it up. Centre half forward there for the Lions.
Yeah, about 5 metres inside the arc of the 50. Lions attack.
Marsh tries to grab out of the ruck. Joe Foley keeps it in front of him. Gathers. Gets a hand pass back to Tom Anderson. He can swing around on his right. Sends this forward to the goal square. Sitting under it is Aaron Proctor. Good body work there by Jenkins for Turvey Park. The ball's on the ground there, and it's out of bounds.
There's a mighty tussle between those two players, Andrew.
Yes, Aaron Proctor's not your regular full forward, but he's bringing that ball to ground there and giving the Lions a contest as Marsh tries to grab this out of the ruck. Joe Foley tries to pick it up. Coming through there is Baxter for Turvey. Gets a hand pass out to Lucas Roberts. His kicks missed his targets. Gathered by Tom Anderson. He's put under pressure and the ball's been kicked out on the full. Or may have been touched off the boot. It'll be a throw in.
So we'll have a throw in out there. We've got Nationals, Riverina, Michael McCormack out there and LDC Grains. The way the season's going, there'll be a lot of grain to go up to LDC, we hope.
Ball thrown in. Marsh tries to grab that, but it's Fellows. He's quite prominent for Turvey. Gets a hand pass forward to Dylan Morton. It goes over his head. Picking up the ball is Zach Burhop, and he's tackled, and the umpire will ball it up. It's on that far wing. Ball's thrown up. Marsh grabs it out of the ruck. Dodges around Joe Foley. Gets a kick forward looking for Emery. Sitting under this is Madden, and it's marked by Emery. Judge that the better, and he'll have a shot for goal. He's going to kick it from 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
Lions struggling a little bit with the height of Emery. So the same deal. If he has any favourability from the wind, he's in the perfect spot. Over his left shoulder, southern end of the ground. He'll have to kick just inside the 50. Gives a bit of a step, unloads with the right foot. Ball hasn't carried, now it's over the line for one behind.
The Lions defenders force it through. Jack Sussay to bring it back in. Chips a little one short to Josh Walsh. Kick wide, looking for Boston McCree. Marks on half-back for the Lions on the clubhouse side. Chips a little one inside to Jack Reynolds. He marks, he can go across goal to Josh Walsh. And then he can go further to Jack Sussay. The ball's on the ground, but he's got time to pick it up and take off for the Lions. Takes one bounce. And to kick this along the wing, looking for Joe Foley. The ball lands in front of him, gathered by Marsh. Hand passes back to Fellows. He goes backwards towards Lewington. Comes across field looking for Emery. Marks it centre half back. Chips one to Fellows, but his kick is smothered by Dan Madden. He regathers, runs into an open goal and nails it for the Lions. He's very ecstatic with that result.
The ruckman, the number one ruckman for the Lions today, Dan Madden, is going to show these ruck rovers and rovers how you can rove a pack and kick a goal in clean style, and that's exactly what he did at the northern end of the ground. Never looked like missing, Andrew.
No, it was a great effort, a great smother, then regathered, and he was 30 metres out on the run and put that one through.
He's coming up off that big game against the Hoppers. He had what I'd call a bullocking sort of a game. A lot of the younger people wouldn't know what that meant, but he's did a lot of heavy work that day on a heavy ground.
And of course the GWS Giants VFL side played Coburg at Narandra this morning, and I see his brother Nick on the interchange bench, so hopefully he had a good return from injury. As the ball's thrown up there, Marsh clears it for the Bulldogs. In front position is Brody Morton there, and he's deemed to have been tapped on the shoulder by Boston McCree, and he gets a free kick forward looking for Emery. Jack Sussay tries to cut it off, and it's over the sidelines there.
Throw in there in the forward pocket for the Bulldogs, right in front of John Bant's funeral directors.
Ball's off shallow throw in as Marsh gathers, shoots for goal, and it's spoiled, was it? No.
No, I think it's going to be a goal.
Yes, it's through for a goal. Josh Walsh couldn't quite get his hands on that one, and it's a goal to Jonathan Marsh there for the Bulldogs. Took it out of the ruck.
Yeah, well, I think he's saying, Andrew, well, anything Dan can do, I can do too for my side.
Yep.
Good effort. The Lions are 4-4-28. The Bulldogs are 3-2-20. There's 11.5 minutes gone now in the second term. Mind you, we lost a bit of time through injury with that player coming from the ground, so the quarter will run a little bit longer.
Back to the centre of the bounce. Lions will just have to be mindful of Marsh grabbing it out of the ruck there as he taps this one forward, looking for Morton. He's held without possession there. Dylan Morton has the free kick in the centre of the ground. Kicks this one long and low, looking for Emery, flying high as Cooper Higgins. He spoils there. The ball's on the ground there. Coming through is Jack Sussay. He can't gather. Picked up by Boston McCree. He's tackled as he attempts to kick. And the umpire's deemed to be caught with the ball. Quite harsh, but anyway, Zach Walgers has the free kick here and he'll go back and have a shot on goal. We're right behind this one, Guy.
Perfect positioning here for Baz. He's got the cameras on the number 8. Yeah, possibly a little bit harsh on Boston McCree. He went to kick it and his kick was smothered. He ran into a wall of Bulldogs players, but he possibly should have tried hard to handball it out. He will next time. No, that is offline to the left. One behind. Let off there.
Jack Sussay to bring this back in for the Lions.
So 7 points the difference here.
Turvey playing a one-on-one zone there as the Lions kick it out of defence, and it'll be a free kick to Boston McCree here. He's been spoiled in the marking position there by Jonathan Marsh, who's gingerly getting to his feet. And Boston McCree will take the kick here across half-back for the Lions. Going to have to kick down the line, looking for Joe Foley through the hands of Harrison Glanville as Jonathan Marsh is in the walls. He's limping to the sideline after copping a falcon from that kick. And he's going to have to take the ruck before he leaves the arena. The ball's thrown up. Marsh grabs it out of the ruck. Gets a hand pass to Walgers. He can come in on his left. Gets a kick forward looking for Fellows. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle by Colby Hamlin.
It's just happening a little bit too often. The Bulldogs are being allowed to grab it out of the ruck.
Tap out the back to Walgers. Gets a kick forward there along the ground. Gathered by Stapleton for the Bulldogs as Lewington kicks this one forward. Sitting under it is Zach McPherson. The ball's on the ground there. Goes through the feet of Matters. Picked up by Stratton. Kicks this forward looking for Josh Walsh. He puts a toe to it. Gathered by Zach McPherson. Clearance here for the Lions through Nate Hamlin. Takes one bounce. Gets around Higgins. He's tripped as he tries to get away. Hand pass doesn't reach his target. Gathered by Stratton. He can come back inside looking for Turvey there in Walter, and he marks in front of Jack Sussay. Lions just a little bit too sloppy there, and they've turned it over.
Yeah, well, it's just a result of very intense pressure there from the Bulldogs forward line.
He gets a hand pass around the back to Fellows. He drills this one short, but straight down the throat of Zach Burhop. Let off for the Lions.
In turn, the Bulldogs turned it over.
Goes wide, looking for Shannon Butterfield. He gathers one at his toes, comes back to Seb Hamlin. He's under pressure, he's tackled. And the umpire deemed he's caught with the ball. Tackle there by Dylan Morton. And Morton to take the free kick. He plays on quickly. Sends this in long and low. Looking for Emery on the lead. Spoiled by Josh Walsh. Grabbed by Boston McCree. Gets a head pass away this time. Straight into the arms of young Stratton there for the Bulldogs, and he goals. Another one to Turvey.
Bulldogs, Turvey Park Bulldogs so far this quarter are bringing all the attack to the Lions. I wouldn't suggest, we talked about the fact that might be the scoring end, but I wouldn't suggest the breeze is that much. It's just the Bulldogs have lifted their intensity, Andrew, and the Lions have become a little bit sloppy, turning it over. Short kicks, turning over, slipping over, missed handballs, all of the above.
So Marsh is still on the ground. Recovered from that knock to the leg, and the A knock to the head. The ball's thrown up. Marsh taps it forward, looking for Walgers. Gathered by Marsh, kicks his forward. Missed there by Margosius, grabbed by Brad Mattis. Go wide, looking for Jesse Lander. He marks on the wing there for the Lions. He has Colby Hangman wider. Hand passes on to Colby. He can come back inside, looking for Dan Madden in the centre of the ground. He marks, he can play on. Sends this long and low into full forward there. No one can gather it. It's on the ground there. Coming through is the Lions there. Jake Underwood, the ball's tackled freely there from Turvey Park, and it's a free kick to them. Didn't have possession. And it'll go to Jenkins. He comes wide to Roberts on the clubhouse side. Kicks this forward, looking for Morton. Spoiled by Boston McCree there as Jed Guthrie tries to keep that in. And the umpire will throw it. Call for a throw in there.
In the background of the shot there, we can see Regional Hydraulics, Beaumont Tiles. We appreciate their sponsorship that comes our way.
Ball's thrown in. Marsh gets front position, grabs it out of the ruck, and it's stolen there by Jesse Lander. He's tackled, gets his hand pass away onto Shannon Butterfield. Can go wider to Cooper Higgins, sends his forward on his left foot, looking for Lucas Hattie. The ball's on the ground there, players fall over. Gathered by Jed Guthrie, hand passes forward, looking for Higgins. He goes back to Jed Guthrie. Jenkins tries to break one tackle, gets a hand pass back to Lucas Roberts. The Bulldogs switch position and they find a teammate in Brady Morton on that half-back flank. He looks to come inside, goes long looking for Baxter. But that's marked over the back by Tom Quinn. He plays on quickly, sends it in long and low, looking for Charlie Smith. Through the hands of Lucas Hattie, coming through is Jesse Lander. He can't take possession. The ball's on the ground there. Good tackle by Lucas Hattie. Strong ball play there by Jake Underwood, and it'll be a ball up. Marsh, front position, taps this down. Gathered by Baxter there. The ball's on the ground. Coming through is Shannon Butterfield. He's tackled. And the umpire will call for a ball up. Ball cleared there by Marsh for the Bulldogs. Coming out to meet it though is Zach Burhoppel. He swings around. Back on his right. Sends this long and low to centre forward. Looking for Lucas Hattie, who marks it on his chest. He's 55 metres out from goal. Chips a little one short. Looking for Charlie Smith. And he's marked 40 metres out. It'll need to be a good kick from Charlie Smith to hit the goals.
He's just
go back and line up, Guy.
He's got to contend with this breeze that's coming across his right shoulder. He flicks up a bit of grass just to prove me correct. Yes, it'll take a good kick to carry the pack from there, which it does. It's a goal.
It did look pretty, but it was effective, Guy. And Charlie Smith gets the goal for the Lions.
I think it spun the opposite way to a drop punt, but we won't worry about that.
It had the distance, which was the important factor, Guy, and the accuracy.
That's all that matters.
Didn't matter how it looked in the air. And that was a much-needed goal for the Lions.
Well, if you go back to the 70s, Andrew, I'm just a little bit older than you. In the VFL, the players, some of the top goal kickers kick what they call a flat punt, which span the opposite way. And the theory was they could buy more ground with it.
Yes, as it comes back to the centre there, Marsh taps it down to Brady Morton, breaks one tackle, two tackles, kicks this forward, looking for Stratton there. He gathers at his toes. His hand pass is spoiled. Tom Quinn tackles Higgins now, and he's wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire will ball it up on the half-back flank there for the Lions.
Baz is having him laugh to himself as I talk about those punt kicks.
Ball tapped down by Joe Foley to Aaron Proctor, and Joe Foley just tries to tap that off the ground there and deemed to be kicking in danger, and it'll be a free kick to Jonathan Marsh.
Just a little in-house joke, which I can't share.
Kicks this one long and low to centre forward, out to Meters Emery, but it's gathered by Boston McCree. Gets a hand pass to Brad Matters, kicks wide to the wing. Coming out to meet it is Jack Reynolds. He gathers, goes one way or the other. Well shepherded there by Charlie Smith. Kicks his forward, looking for Dan Madden, and it's spoiled by Jed Guthrie. It's out over the boundary line, a throw in. Right in front of the Bulldogs box.
The crowd on the bank will appreciate this duel here. We've got the sponsors' tent up there. Might be able to see it in the shot there in the background.
Dan Madden front position. Marsh taps it around the back, kick forward there by Margocious off the ground, coming through to mid is Cooper Higgins. He charges through, gets a hand pass to Jack Reynolds. He's tackled as he takes possession of the ball, and the umpire will ball it up.
Pretty good tussle here, Andrew.
Yes, very even tussle as Jad McLeod for the Bulldogs kick this forward, and it's going to be a lasso free kick to the Lions. Joe Foley, your kick, as he takes it on the half-back flank.
Right in front of Mark Bradley plumbing.
He's going to have to kick this one down the line. Not much on offer. Sitting under this is Marsh. Almost takes the mark. The ball's on the ground there. Hand passed out the back by Fellows. Kick forward by Higgins. Coming out to meet it is Jack Sussay. He can't gather, but then regathers. Gets a hand pass to Tom Quinn. On to Zach Burhop. He's under pressure. Back to Cooper Higgins. Then to Brad Matters. He can go wide. All on his own is Colby Hamlin. He's got a paddock in front of him. He can take one or two bounces if he likes, but he sends this long to centre forward looking for Dan Madden. Almost takes a one-hander. Coming out to meet it is Hockley there for Turvey Park, and the ball's held up at centre forward there, 30 metres out from goal.
Terrific build-up here for the Lions. They went wide across the ground and gained space.
Marsh wins a tap down, gathered by Jesse Lander there, and he's wrapped up in a tackle. Ball up again.
35 out from the Lions' goal, northern end of the ground.
Dan Madden's copped one over the shoulder. The umpire's called for another ball up. Dan Madden front position. Marsh taps it forward to Jack Reynolds. Breaks one tackle. Gets a hand pass back looking for Shannon Butterfield. But met by Margocious. He clears for the Bulldogs here. Finds Emery on the wing. In front of Joe Foley. Swings around his right. Sends this forward there. Numbers for the Lions there. Looking for Walgers. It goes through his feet. Gathered by Josh Walsh. Kicks this one high up over the top. Joe Foley sits under it. It goes over his head. Marked by Emery there. Coming through is Turvey. Gathered by Margocious. He tries to get his kick away. He's lost possession of the ball, but it's picked up by Tom Quinn. Gets a hand pass over the top there to Cooper Higgins. Sends this forward looking for his Lions teammate in Zach McPherson. It goes over his head. Coming through is Turvey Park. They gather. Good tackle there by Zach McPherson. Must be caught with the ball, and it is. And he takes possession there in front of the scoreboard.
Lions coach down here on the boundary line, Riley Corbett. Love to see the Lions get a goal right on the cusp of half-time here at the sports ground, as with the Lions supporters and players.
Zach McPherson takes the ball, swings inside, looking for Nate Hamlin. It goes over his head. Coming through is Turvey Park. They gather. Race for the ball here by Shannon Butterfield. He gathers, gets a hand pass back to Brad Matters. Swings on his trusty left, and he finds Nate Hamlin in the pocket. 45 metres out from goal.
He's about 5 metres in from the boundary at the northern end of the ground, a little bit more than 5 metres. That breeze that I'm talking about, whatever breeze there is in his face, Andrew, so it'll need a good kick.
Yep, need a good kick. We've seen him make this distance before.
Yeah, we have, yep.
Made a fool of us here a few weeks ago when he kicked a wet ball, 55 metres.
Baz is right behind it.
Looks good off the boot, Guy.
Oh, it's good all the way.
Great goal.
Exactly what we asked for here. Although Baz reminds me I've got to keep the barracking out of it, but that was just what the doctor ordered for the Lions and Riley and their supporters just before half-time here at the Den. So the Lions are 6-4-40. The Bulldogs are 4-3-27. Been a very good quarter for the Bulldogs. They've put it to the Lions. Lions let down a little bit by their, just a little bit untidy in the first part of that quarter.
Back to the centre of the ground. Joe Foley and John O'Marsh. Marsh taps it back to Fellows. They're getting that possession around the back of the rucker. This is kick forward, but it's marked almost by Jack Sussay. Stolen by Margocious. And he has a late shot at goal for the Turvey Park Bulldogs, but he's missed to the right. It's through from behind.
I don't know what more you got to do to mark it, Andrew.
Yes, he had 2 bites of the cherry, but umpire deemed it wasn't an us.
Lions 6-4-40, Bulldogs 4-4-28. 26 and a half gone. As the Lions, Jack Sasse will bring it in from the fullback position.
Kicks a high one to the wing. Sitting under this is Dan Madden. Goes through the hands of Jed Guthrie. Gathered by Fellows. On to Dylan Morton. He sends this back inside. But it's marked by Josh Walsh at centre-half back for the Lions.
The ever reliable.
Having a good tussle with Emery. Ball's kicked down the wing again. Bossa McCree sits under this one. Goes through the hands of Marsh. Gets a fresh air shot, gathered by Jesse Lander. Kicks this forward to an open Lions forward line. It's a race for the ball here between Jensen and Nate Hamlin. Hot on his tail is Jack Reynolds. He pickpockets him onto Nate Hamlin. Gets a hand pass to Jack Reynolds. He can run into an open goal for the Lions. And it's a goal! Good play by the Lions. Right on the half-time quarter.
Yeah, well, we talked about a few minutes ago, it was the cusp of half-time, Andrew, but we've got that, we had that injury, which has taken a little bit of time, so we're running up to 28 minutes. I didn't think there would have been time for the Lions to score again this quarter, but you play to the clock, you don't play to us guys. So great effort there from the Lions. Good play right from Jack Sasse's kick in from the back line.
Yes, the Lions started to dominate late in this second term.
It's a handy half-time lead.
Ball thrown up, Marsh dominating the ruck, taps it down, race for the ball here by Tommy Anderson. Ball spills free, comes out to Jake Unwin, hand pass over the top to Jesse Landers, sends one forward on his left foot, bouncing there. Meeting it is Dan Madden, he gathers a hand pass on to Joe Foley, tries to get his kick away as he's tackled and he's caught with the ball. As the siren goes for the end of the second term.
Well, we weren't far off, Andrew, only for that good tackle from the Bulldogs there. We might have been able to, Joe Foley might have been able to score again, but it wasn't to be. But a very, very good quarter from both sides. The Bulldogs came out away from their quarter-time huddle, threw everything at the Lions. Was virtually their first half of the quarter was dominated by the Bulldogs. But the Lions hit back strongly. So here at half-time here at the Den, the Lions are 7-4-46. The Bulldogs are 4-4-28. It's a pretty entertaining game, Andrew, really.
Yeah, no, it's there's a lot of skill errors and so forth, but it's a good contest.
It's probably about what you'd expect. Like the Hoppers are well and truly, you know, the form competition. They deserve to be on top of the ladder, and there's not much between the rest, and that's the way this game's playing out, really. If you got anything more to add, Andrew?
I was just trying to get a score from Mangapla, and it's the game between Mangapla and Coolaman, and it's a little bit difficult to get, but at 1 minute into that second term, it was Mangapla 8, Coolaman 17. So pretty close one out there.
Righto, we'll have a break. Andrew will go in the shed, get the news if he can. Riley should be reasonably happy. Commentators, camera people, associates will have a break. Look forward to bringing you the rest of the game here at the Den. So we're back here, coming to you from the Gamone Sports Ground, the Den. So Andrew, you've been in at half-time, but you couldn't, Riley took him out the back, so you haven't learned much.
No, couldn't tell you much, but as we start this third term, Dan Madden wins the tap on that occasion, but it bounces back to John O'Marsh. His kick is smothered. It's tapped forward off the ground there, gathered by Jack Reynolds. He's tackled by Wolgers there, who steals possession and kicks it wide, and it's marked by Zach Burhop there for the Lions on the far wing. He looks to send this forward for the Lions, and sitting under it is Marsh, who takes the mark for the Bulldogs.
The tall timber of Marsh has made a big impact on this game.
Yes, he's causing a few issues there for the Lions as he kicks wide. Finds Fellows there, who's been quite prominent for the Bulldogs, onto Lucas Roberts. On to Turvey there. They kick it forward. Under this is Tom Quinn and Higgins there. The ball's on the ground. Coming out to meet it is Josh Walsh, and the ball's wrapped up in a tussle of players there. As the GWS Giants reserve grade side won by 2 points against Coburg at Narrandera this morning. And the ball's cleared out of the fence there by Jack Reynolds. Sitting under this one is Zach McPherson, spoiled there by Turvey Park. Zach Burhop is tackled, gets a hand pass backwards, gathered by Turvey there. He's tackled, gets his hand pass away, comes into the path of Jesse Lander, onto Shannon Butterfield, onto Tom Anderson. He gathers, he breaks one tackle, gets a hand pass to Burhop, charging off half back. He can kick this forward. Sends one back to Joe Foley running towards goal. Gathers, hand passes over to Aaron Proctor. It's at his feet. It's gathered by Turvey. He overruns it there in Strutton. Hand pass out by Turvey Park there. And Jenkins has met solidly. The ball spills free. Kick back to the wing there, and it's marked by Zach Burhop. He just takes a breather. Reels around and sends this on into the goal square there, looking for Lucas Hattie. He sits under this one, spoiled by Roberts. Gathers it inside the sideline. He's tackled high. And the umpire will call a throw in.
Been a good weekend for the Giants, Andrew. The Giants had a win at Canberra yesterday against Freo.
So big upset against Fremantle. The ladder leaders, this ball thrown in. Marsh taps it down to Walgers, takes the ball, but he's tackled by Zach McPherson, and he's been awarded with a good tackle on Walgers, and he'll go back and have a shot.
Bulldogs player pleading with the umpire that he wasn't tackled. Baz's image will say otherwise. So Zach McPherson kick from about 35, 10 in from the boundary, southern end of the ground. Lines it up. Now the goal umpire taps his shoulder for one behind.
That's another behind to Zach.
The Lions are 7-5-47. The Bulldogs are 4-4-28. 3 minutes gone here in the third term.
Lewington, as he wipes the ball before he brings it back in, chips a little short one and finds Stratton there for the Bulldogs. Back to Lewington, the ball's on the ground, goes wide, finds Jed Guthrie on that half-back flank for the Bulldogs. Sends this one long along the boundary line, looking for Brady Morton. Goes through his hands there, gathered by Roberts, goes wide to Walgers. Kicks one forward there, almost marked by Higgins. He gathers it in, kicks it forward, looking for Emery, and it's marked by Emery over the top of Josh Walsh, and he'll go back and have a shot.
So good play by the Bulldogs around the eastern side of the ground. He'll kick from about 44 metres, 45-degree angle, out in front of the scoreboard, northern end of the ground. A little bit of breeze across his right shoulder. He'll allow for that. Distance should not be a problem. Beautiful sunny afternoon here at the Den. Comes in on the right, stabs at it. No, the goal umpire runs away to the left, taps his left shoulder, signals one behind to the Bulldogs. The Lions 7-5-47, the Bulldogs 4-5-29. Led off there for the Lions.
Jack Sussay to bring this one back in as the half-time score from Mangapla is that the Hoppers lead by 14 points at half-time over the Mangapla Goannas. As Jack Sussay brings this in, kicks it long towards the clubhouse side. Sitting under this one is Boston McCree, spoiled by Walgers there, gathered by Stratton, sends this one forward, long, deep into the goal square. Sitting under it is Jack Sussay. Ball spills free into the path of Margoshi. He tries to grab it up. He's tackled. Ball spills free, gathered by Jack Sussay. Clearance there for the Lions, but the umpire's found a free kick. And it'll go to Emery there.
Must have been held in the marking contest, I think.
Yes, I'm not sure what that one was for, but Emery will have another shot on goal. A little bit closer to where he was before.
Yeah, he's probably only 30 metres out with a little bit more directly in front. Only 45-degree angle. Bulldogs will be riding this one home. Once again, the goal umpire runs to his left, taps his left shoulder. Inaccurate, one behind. 7:5:47, 4:6:30. 6 minutes gone here, third term. Repeat kick in by Jack Sasse.
Chips one short, finds Tom Quinn, but it spills free. Back to Cooper Higgins to Jack Sasse. Lions under pressure here. Goes wide and finds Brad Matters right on the boundary line in the pocket. Clubhouse side. He sends this one forward long, looking for Dan Madden. Marks unopposed at centre half back there for the Lions. Swings around on his right, sends this down the wing. Sitting under this is Morton, leaping high is Jake Underwood, but it's marked by Morton. Goes inside, finds Fellows. He's got Jenkins wide, but he elects to go down the line. His kick is smothered there by Nate Hamlin. Ball comes back to Lewington, breaks around to one tackle. Caught with the ball, should be, and he is. But a free kick to Lucas Hattie.
Good pressure there. Just goes to show what you can do, Andrew. Smother the ball on the mark.
And a pinpoint pass into the pocket. He finds Aaron Proctor.
And once again, Baz is right behind the number 12, Proctor. He's going to take a shot 30 out from the southern goal, 45-degree angle. Still got that little breeze across his left shoulder. He'll allow for that. We'll watch it. Oh, it's true. It's true all the way.
Goal to Aaron Proctor. The Lions get the first goal of the third quarter after both sides have an opportunity.
8:5:53 the Lions, the Bulldogs 4:6:30. 8 minutes gone now. So it's taken us a third of the way through the quarter. Ball back in the middle.
Dan Madden in the ruck against Marsh. Marsh taps that forward, down to Walgers once again. That's been calling that a few times today. As Fellows clears this one wide, and it's marked there by Lewington. He goes wide to Roberts, tackled as he kicks this one forward. It's along the ground, tapped forward there by Turvey Park. Coming out to meet it is Reynolds. Hand passes one back, looking for Burhop. Higgins is wrapped up in a tackle. Play on, says the umpire. Goes to the goal square and spoiled by Cooper Higgins. Through for a behind.
Good disciplined spoil there by Cooper Higgins.
He had it covered. Jack Sasse to bring it in. Turvey picking up the Lions players here. They're going man on man with these kick ends, and Jack Sasse's finding it hard to find a target as he goes wide here, and he finds Lucas Hattie. Having a good game, Lucas Hattie, so far today. Going to be forced to kick down the line. It's going wide there. Race for the ball here by Dan Maddell. And he's tackled and quite content to take it over the sideline in front of the sheds.
Yeah, the boundary line was his friend on that occasion. Right below the commentary position here. We'll see the throw in.
Ball's thrown in. Goes through the legs of Fellows, that one. He gathers one, hand passes high to Nate Hamlin. He's tackled high there. And the umpires found that one. And it'll be a free kick to Nate Hamlin. Being called back over the mark. Gets a hand pass to Shannon Butterfield. Kicks forward on his left. Coming out to meet it is Jed Guthrie. Coming through is Jack Reynolds. He gathers and trickles one through, but it's hit the post. It was almost a miraculous goal as Turvey bring this in quickly through Lewington.
Just didn't quite get that leg break, Andrew.
No, it was a good effort. It's going wide there. Lucas Roberts marks the ball. Likes to come back inside to Walgers. Got the ball on half back there. The Lions marking this one. Trying to control the territory. Comes back to Lucas Roberts. He goes along the line and finds Hoxley there on the far side. Chip a little one forward looking for Higgins. There he spills it. Play on, says the umpire. Coming through is Walgers, he gathers. He's been dominant this third term. Kicks one forward. Coming out to meet it is Josh Walsh. Charges through and gathers. Gets a hand pass away. He's tackled. Ball spills free. Goes high. Spoiled by Cooper Higgins. Comes forward looking for Charlie Smith. Gathered by Lucas Roberts. Gets one back to Higgins. He has to go back to get it. One over his head to Roberts. Coming through is Jack Sussay. Ball's on the ground there. Roberts clears it for the Bulldogs looking for Emery. Spoiled by Josh Walsh. And it goes over the sideline in front of the scoreboard.
Sponsors over there, I'll give them a plug. We got Donks Concreting, so that's Isaac Noble. We got Logan and Hitchens, been sponsors for years, and Croker Grain on the scoreboard.
Umpire called to throw it back in again.
Life member Barry Logan can't make it today, Andrew. So he's on the radio listening at home.
Hope you're enjoying the call, Barry. Ball's thrown in on that far side. Spoiled there by Marsh. Kick forward by the Bulldogs there. Coming out to meet it is Cooper Higgins. The ball's on the ground there. Charging through is Shannon Butterfield. Gets it off the ground. Kicks it forward. But it's all Turvey Park there through Hoxley. He can't gather it. He spills it. It's stolen by Jack Reynolds. Kicks it forward for the Lions. He's got Lucas Hattie on his own on half forward. He marks. Chips a short one looking for Aaron Proctor coming out from centre half forward. The ball spills free. He gathers. Can chip one forward looking for Joe Foley on the sideline. He goes for the banana, but it's through from behind. He had Jack Reynolds all his own there at 25 metres out straight in front. Rush of blood there by Joe Foley, and it's a behind.
Exactly as you called it. That was a perfect steal, Andrew. You nearly have to call the police.
Lewington brings it in for the Bulldogs. Finds Roberts. He can go wide to Baxter. Kicks this upfield looking for Magocius, but it's left there for Cooper Higgins to take the mark across half back.
Lions look to redeem themselves as they come inside 50. Well, they're not inside 50 yet.
He's looking for Jack Reynolds. He's having some sort of a quarter. Onto Zach McPherson. Hand pass onto Zach Perhock. He goes for a running shot at goal. Umpire doesn't move. It's through the big sticks. Great play there by the Lions.
Yeah.
Forced the turnover.
Yeah, costly turnover there for the Bulldogs. The Lions weren't going to let them off twice, Andrew. They made no mistake about that entry. The Lions are 9-7-61. The Bulldogs are 4-7-31. There's 13 minutes gone now in the third term here. And so far in this quarter, the Lions have got the Bulldogs on the leash.
So as Fellows leaves the centre and goes to centre half forward for the Bulldogs. Joe Foley in the ruck, tapped down by Marsh into the hands of Brady Morton. Comes forward to Jack Sussay. He can't take the mark. Gets a hand pass back to Brad Matters. It chips a little one over the top and finds Boston McCree there for the Lions on half back.
Had a great game too.
Been very good, Boston McCree. Kicks this one long and wide. It's going to go right to the line. It's out on the full.
Yeah, he's run out of real estate there, right below the commentary position.
Harry Stapleton with the ball. He sends this back in for the Bulldogs. Looking for Fellows. He takes a strong mark at centre half forward there. Play on there. Picked up by Brady Morton. Drills one in, looking for Emery. He can't mark down low. Ball's on the ground there. Cooper Higgins is on top of it. Tackled by Margocius, and it'll be a ball up.
This gives the Lions a chance to reset their back line.
Joe Foley wins the ruck, taps it down. Tackle there on...
Both sides desperate for a clearance out of this ruck.
Emery taps it forward, looking for Turvey Park there, gathered by Josh Walsh. Tries to get a kick away, he's tackled. Ball's on the ground there. And it's going to be another ball up. Desperate from both sides there as we edge closer towards the Turvey Park goals. Emery tries to grab it out of the ruck. The ball picked up there by... Just quite can't see the Ganmain player there is... Jack Sussay, who's wrapped up the tackle. Another ball up. Emery taps it back. Coming through is Josh Walsh. He clearance kick here. Going to bounce through the arms of Dan Madden, but he regathers, sends it high, looking forward. Lucas Hattie, but spoiled there by Harry Stapleton over the sidelines. Will be a throw in front of the kiosk.
So we're back to where we started. Throw in right below the commentary position. Just slightly favouring the Bulldogs forward line.
Ball thrown in. Marsh and Foley in the ruck. Joe, good tackle there on Morton by Jesse Lander. And the umpire will throw it up. Marsh, Foley, Marsh with front position, taps it down in the arms of Baxter. He's tackled strongly there. Tommy Anderson going nowhere. The umpire will ball it up. Marsh thumps this one forward into the path of Walgers, gathered by Morton, breaks one tackle, goes through the hands of Cooper Higgins. Coming through is Walgers. He can't take possession. Gathered by Brad Matters. A clearing kick here. Looking for the Gammain teammate, but it's marked by Lewington. He can switch here. He plays on quickly. He sends it long and low, looking for Emery. Cutting across in front of him is Jack Sussay. He spoils. Gathered by Fellows. On to Toby Park, who's tackled. And the umpires called it over the shoulder there against Jack Sussay. And it'll be free kick here to Toby Park.
I think there's a 52, Andrew.
Yes, there's a 50 for some reason there.
Too much dissent, was it?
And Turvey Park kicked the goal.
Umpire didn't hesitate to give the 50, so she obviously didn't like the attitude from the Lions on that occasion. Fair enough. So the Lions are 9-7-61, the Bulldogs are 5-7-37. We've got 17.5 minutes gone in the third term. Still got that breeze from the east, not favouring either end significantly.
And Turvey Park trying to work themselves back into this game. It was a draw in the first round of the home and away between these two sides as it's thrown back up. Marsh taps it back into the path of Baxter. He overruns the ball. Charging through is Aaron Proctor. Turvey Park player there tackled without possession, and it'll be a free kick to Glanville. He goes wide, sitting in front of Morton is Zach Burhop, much to Brady Morton's disgust. And he takes a clearing kick wide to Joe Foley on that far wing. Sends one long and high, looking for Lucas Hattie, but it's marked by Harry Glanville. Goes wide, spilt there by Fellows. No, it was Morton on that occasion. And a tackle being made there by Tommy Anderson on Lucas Roberts. A ball up. Marsh taps that forward. And it's going to be another ball up. It's not going anywhere, this one, and it's held up there in the same position. Half forward flank of the Lions. Marsh grabs this one out of the ruck, kicks this forward, but Tom Quinn marks it on the wing.
So the Lions will look to set something up from this.
He goes long, looking for Nate Hamlin on Harry Stapleton. Good tussle there, gathered by Nate Hamlin, breaks one tackle, on to Jack Rattles, kicks it off the boot, and it's through from behind. He's tackled as he was kicking the ball there by Jenkins, and saves the day for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of time in first grade football, Andrew. You're mostly under pressure. Terrific pressure there from the Bulldogs.
Stapleton bring this one back in. He's coming along to the clubhouse side. Sitting under this is Fellows. He tries to mark. It's over the shoulder against Shannon Butterfield.
Yeah, it was all the way over the shoulder.
And he's going to take the kick on the half-back flank here for the Bulldogs. He goes short inside and finds Margocious. Marks on the wing. Going to send this long to centre forward. It's a floating kick. Morton comes out to meet it. He can't take the mark. The ball's on the ground there. Coming through is Turvey Park. The ball spills free. Tom Quinn tries to bowl it up. It's a tap forward there by the Bulldogs. Kick forward. Marked by Brad Matters goes wide looking for Burhop. Front on contact there. Free kick to Zach Burhop. He marks. Been called to play on quickly. Looking for Shannon Butterfield at centre forward. He marks. He's 55 metres out, kicks one long and low, and a lead from Nate Hamlin, but it's cut off there by Harry Glanville. Saving mark there for the by Jenkins it was. He goes back to Jed Guthrie there in the goal square. Can chip a little one over the top to Fellows. He's racked up a heap of possessions today. You go inside to Stratton. He marks at centre forward. He's going to go wide, looking for Baxter. He marks on the wing.
Had to be accurate and was.
Kick one long and low. He's looking for Emery. He's got Josh Walsh turned around. Coming out to meet it is Brady Morton. He swings around on his right. Kicks towards the goal square. And it's cut off by Colby Hamlin. Good saving behind.
The Lions 9-8-62. The Bulldogs 5-8-38. Plenty of time left in this game for the Bulldogs.
Jack Sussay kicks a little short one to Colby Hamlin in the pocket. Going to have to kick down along the line. Sitting on, and this is Marsh, and jumping high over the top is Cooper Higgins, who takes a good strong grab over the tallest man on the field. He kicks this one forward looking for Jake Underwood. Goes through his hands. And it's into the back of his opponent there, and it'll be a free kick to Turvey Park. Can chip a little short one to Margocious on his own on the wing. Can hand pass over the top to Fellows. Dodges around Tom Anderson, sends this one long, looking for Emery. Under it is Josh Walsh. Spoils there. Gathered by Josh Walsh, and the umpire calls for a ball up. Lions desperately defending here in this third term.
Ball up within snapping distance of the Turvey goal.
Joe Foley in the ruck. Up against Emery, tapped backwards towards Boston McCree, and he's forced over the sideline. Umpire call for a throw in.
We've got great sponsors there. Tin from the Gammane Pharmacy and Elders Wagga.
Joe Foley in the ruck. Emery taps it back, gathered by Turvey Park there, and he's wrapped up in a tackle. Is Lewington. Emery taps that forward, gathered by Jack Sussay. He's wrapped up in a tackle.
He's had a strong game, Andrew, that nephew of yours.
Yeah, it's been very good, Jack Sussay, this year. Ever reliable. As Emery taps it forward into the path for Margocious. And he's kicked a goal. They mastered that one very well.
It was always going to be dangerous while it was lurking. It's been in the Bulldogs 50 for a fair while.
And they get a late goal.
They'd be pleased with that. The Lions are 9-8-62. Bulldogs 6-8-44. Inching closer to three-quarter time here. Perfect winter's afternoon for football.
It's a three-goal margin again, is it, Guy, from the start of that this third term?
Yeah, the Bulldogs have slipped the leash now. They're back running free.
Madden and Marsh in the ruck. Marsh taps it forward, gathered by Lewington. Marsh gets the kick away, gathered by Colby Hamlin. Back inside to Shannon Butterfield. He's tackled high. No, the umpire's calling for a ball. No, he's caught the ball, he's called.
Dear, oh dear.
Anyway, it's a free kick to Turvey Park in the centre of the ground. Goes to Baxter.
Fool both of us, Andrew.
Sends one long and low, looking for Higgins, but it's marked by Brad Matters there. Higgins left it for his teammate behind him, but there was no one there. The only one was Brad Matters. Kicks one out of defence, looking for Tommy Anderson, but misses his kick onto Walgers. He can send this back in high. It's going to go wide of the goals, and it's through for a behind.
The let off there for the Lions. Just a little bit inaccurate, the Bulldogs. That's probably just the result of pressure. 9-8-62, Bulldogs 6-9-45. 25 gone now on our clock.
Jack Sussay to bring this back in. He's going to come to the kiosk side. Sends this long, looking for Boston McCree. Spoiled by Dylan Morton. It's racing for the line here. It's kept in by Turvey Park, and it's bounces out of bounds. And it's going to be out on the full. Free kick there to Boston McCree. Sends this long to the forward line. Sitting under this Joe Foley. Almost takes a strong mark. Spills free. Gathered by Jake Underwood, and Fellows is wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire called for a ball up.
We've got the play here nice and close. Plenty of instructions from the coaching bench. And the siren goes for three-quarter time here at the Den. Well, another pretty entertaining quarter, Andrew. The Bulldogs haven't made much impression on the score, but they're by no means out of it.
Yes, it's been an even quarter in the end. The Lions still hold that 3-goal lead. 17 points. They were 18 points at half-time. They're in for a very good last quarter here.
Yeah, the pressure, both sides are continuing on the pressure, and that's where where the mistakes are coming from. So we'll have a little break, and we'll look forward to bringing you the last quarter here from the Den. They call the third quarter the championship quarter, Andrew, but this is where it can be won and lost.
Do or die here for both sides in this last quarter as the Lions hold a 17-point lead. Marsh in the ruck. Up against Madden. Marsh taps it forward, but it's cut off there by Shannon Butterfield to Jack Reynolds. Kicks his swung high to the half-forward flank. Coming out to meet it is Lucas Hattie. He can't take the mark. And Stapleton's wrapped up in a tackle and trying to break free, and it's going to be a ball up.
Jack Reynolds had a big imprint on this second half.
He's been very good as Madden taps that down, and it's held up there. Shannon Butterfield over the top of the ball. Madden tries to tap it back, coming through as Tom Anderson to Jack Reynolds. Gets a hand pass on to Zach McPherson. He can't take possession. He's bumped off the ball there by Morton. Comes back to Turvey Park. Clearance here by Roberts. Goes forward. It's a good strong mark on the wing there by Jack Sasse in front of Margocious. Goes wide, looking for Lucas Hattie. Comes out to meet it. Spoiled there by Stapleton. Ball spills out the back. Gathered by Stapleton. On to Fellows here. Dodges around one. Dodges around another in Madden. Tackle there on Turvey Park by Burhop. Umpire calls play on. Ball goes high. Coming out to meet it is Joe Foley. The ball's on the ground there. Turvey Park over the top of it. Coming through is the Lions there. Can't pick it up. It's another ball up. Ball thrown up. Marsh in the ruck. Tap forward by Madden. Looking for Burhop. Gathered by Turvey Park. Jack Reynolds is wrapped up in a tackle. The Bulldogs edge closer towards goal. They're on the half-back flank. Marsh taps that wide into Margocious. He's tackled there by Tommy Anderson, and the umpire calls for a ball up.
Once again, we're going nowhere fast.
That was Baxter. He wrapped up in a tackle. Madden's got one over the shoulder. Elizabeth Reynolds is going to clear this one for the Lions. Looking for Joe Foley. It goes over his head. Coming out to meet it is Turvey Park there. They get a hair pass forward. Comes back to Joe Foley. Tries to pick it up. The ball's on the ground there. Colby Hamlin tries to wrap it up. Breaks through one tackle. Gets a hair pass to Jack McPherson. On to Tom Anderson. Sends this forward. Looking for Aaron Pocket in the pocket. But it's gone through his feet and it's out over the sideline.
Throw in there. You can see the sponsors there. Beaumont Tiles, Choices Flooring. If you've got any renovations happening, they're the go-to people.
Ball's thrown in. Marsh in the ruck. Grabbed by Fellows there. Kicks this one forward. Looking for his teammates there, but it's almost picked up by Boston McCree. Gathered by Glanville there. His kick is smothered. Out the back to Fellows. On to Cooper Higgins, back to Butterfield, back to Cooper Higgins. He sends this one high to the half-forward flank. Sitting under it is Joe Foley. Leaps high, goes through his hands, and it's out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in. Lions looking for a goal in this fourth term. Early, 5 minutes in. Fellows looking dangerous. Marsh grabs it out of the ruck. Comes wide. Gathered by Jack Reynolds. Swings around on his right. Sends this one forward to goal. Aaron Proctor tries to mark in the goal square. It's spoiled. He falls over. Cleared by Higgins here for the Bulldogs. It's going to go wide. And Shannon Butterfield marks it right inside the sidelines. He's 60 metres from goal. It's a floating kick forward and falls into the arms of Jesse Lander. He plays on quickly, looks inside, looking for Jake Underwood. He marks in the centre of the ground, 30 metres out, straight in front.
Could not be kicking from a better position, really. The flags are limp now at the Den, so nothing to deal with. Hasn't really impacted the game anyway, but it's no breeze at all now as he lines up for this kick. Nice steady run up on that left foot, and the goal umpire is planted and just watches it over his head for a goal to the Lions at the northern end of the ground. A good steadier for the Lions. They're 10-8-68 now, and the Bulldogs are 6-9-45 with 4.5 minutes gone.
That's the Lions' 9th individual goal scorer today. Shannon Butterfield, the only multiple goal scorer with 2. Gives the Lions a little bit of breathing space, but there's still plenty of time to go in this last quarter.
There's plenty of time. The Lions have got to keep on their mettle.
Ball's thrown up. Madden wins the tap. And it's there into the path of Walgers, gathered there by Madden, coming through his Glanville there. Diving on the ball is Nate Hamlin, and the umpire will call for a ball up. Marsh taps it forward. Fellows, who's been strong for the Bulldogs today, is wrapped up in a tackle there by Shannon Butterfield. He's certainly one you got to watch around these ball ups.
Oh, he loves the Sharks.
Very dangerous player. Spent time at North Adelaide in the sample as Marsh taps it back to Baxter. Charges through the centre, sends this towards goal. Emery's got the better position and he marks. Chance here for the Bulldogs to reply quickly in this last quarter. He's going to have to kick it around the corner, but it should be an easy shot for him.
Just came out of that contest a bit easy for the Bulldogs. The Lions just lack of concentration there a little bit, Andrew. So a goal to the Bulldogs at the southern end of the ground now. So a quick reply to that major from the Lions.
Emery gets his second.
(10-8-68) plays 7-9-51 with 6.5 gone. Riley Corbett encouraging his troops to reset. Got to concentrate to bring this game, close this game out. Brilliant late afternoon sunshine.
Back to the centre of the ground. Madden in the ruck. Marsh taps it forward into the path of Walgers. Overrunning the ball there is Tom Anderson. Gathered by Walgers. He's tackled. Hand pass out the back to Fellows. On to Roberts. Smothered there by Jack Reynolds. He's pushed off the ball. Regathered by Roberts. Can chip a little one over the top and finds McLeod. He can't take the mark but plays on. Drills one in looking for Emery. Spoiled there by Tom Quinn. Grabbed by Higgins. And the umpire's called for front on contact against Tom Quinn. Free kick to Lewington.
So Baz is right behind this Bulldogs opportunity. I keep talking about brilliant sunshine. Well, Baz actually prefers it when it's a bit duller. It makes it easier for the images, but we're not going to debate about that now as we watch the Bulldogs player come in for this set shot.
He centres the ball to centre half forward, leaping high as Fellows. Shannon Butterfield grabs it, and it's going to be a ball up 30 metres out from goal.
What I'm doing, Baz, is telling the audience it's not completely easy.
Madden taps it back into the path of Higgins. He has a shot at goal, and the ball's through from behind.
Offline, so it's all Bulldogs attack. Halfway, not quite halfway through the final term.
Coolerman by 24 points at three-quarter time at Mangapla, 53-29.
They stamped their superiority on the Riverina Football League ladder.
Beating all challenges as Jack Sussay plays on, kicks wide. Sitting under this is Morton, goes through his hands. Over the top there he gathers, he's tackled and caught with the ball. Brad Matters wraps him up in a strong tackle. He's slow to get to his feet, Morton. Matters goes wide, looking for Lucas Hattey, and he marks 60 metres from goal. Chips a little one over the top, looking for Aaron Proctor in the pocket. Spoiled there by Turvey Park. Ball spills free. And it's free kick there to Turvey Park against Jesse Lander for holding.
Lions might want to be careful they don't give away a 50 here.
Dylan Morton with the ball. Goes long to the wing. Sitting under this is Burhop. Ball's on the ground there. Ball comes free out the back to Turvey Park. Clearing kick there. Spoiled by Shannon Butterfield. Into the path of Higgins there. His tackle gets a hand pass back. Looking for Shannon Butterfield, who gathers onto Brad Matters. Can go wide to Boston McCree. He's under pressure. Chips a little one short. Finds Zach Burhop on that far wing. Not a lot up forward. Kicks one along the line, but Lucas Roberts chips in and marks in front of Jake Underwood. He comes back into the centre of the ground. Spoiled there by Joe Foley on McLeod. The ball falls free. Coming in to meet it is Tom Quinn. He's tackled. Pushes forward there. The ball comes free to Walgers. The clearing kick high to the half-forward line. Sitting under this is Cooper Higgins and takes a very good mark. He was behind and a superior use of the body as he kicks wide looking for Jack Reynolds. Can chip one over the top looking for Aaron Proctor. He's got an almighty shove in the back, but the umpire says play on, and the ball's out over the bounds.
Aaron Proctor will now suggest to the umpire that I was a bit harshly dealt with there. Umpire not having a bar of it. Result, throw in, right in front of the Ag and Vet Services and Beaumont Tile sponsors. It's a helter-skelter few minutes of football.
Ball thrown in, gathered by Stratton there for Turvey Park. He's tackled, and the umpire says, give it to me. Ball's thrown up there. Marsh taps it down there. Turvey get it out wide to McLeod. He kicks forward. He's bumped as he kicks it, and it just bounces inside the sidelines.
I think the umpire has ruled it out in the full, Andrew. There's a little bit of discrepancy, but no, out in the full.
The ball's kicked forward there now by Tom Quinn into the path of Aaron Proctor. He gathers once around one opponent onto Jake Underwood. He can't gather. And Guthrie's tackled over the sideline. It'll be a throw in. In that forward pocket, the Lions searching for a goal here. 13 minutes gone in this last quarter.
Well, the time-consuming play is benefiting the Lions.
Thrown in, March front position. He grabs, tries to get a kick away. The ball falls free. Guthrie's wrapped up in a tackle. Spills out to Shannon Butterfield, but the umpire, Gavin Hoffert, calls it back. Ball thrown up. Marsh taps it down. Shannon Butterfield gathers. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Another ball up. Marsh, beaten that time by Joe Foley. Jed Guthrie dives to ground. Gambone come through and another tackle. Another ball up in that pocket.
10-8, 68, the Lions. Bulldogs 7-10, 52. 12
Marsh
and a half
taps it
gone.
forward. As Shannon Butterfield gives a hand pass to Jess Lander, and he's wrapped up in a tackle. Another ball up.
It's very costly on the clock for the Bulldogs.
Marsh grabs that one out of the ruck, kicks it forward, marked by Turvey Park. They just hold the ball up here. Kicks along the line, looking for Emery and Madden. It goes through hands. And going to be another throw in.
I think the main centre umpire lost that in the sun, Andrew.
Yeah, she couldn't quite see, but
which is fair enough. Bulldogs were proclaiming, appealing for out of bounds on.
Madden taps that down. Marsh grabs it out of the ruck. Gets a kick forward there. Coming through is Cooper Higgins. Ball goes through their hands. Grabbed by Morton onto Stratton there. Coming through is Nate Hamlin. Gathered by Matters out to Colby Hamlin. And Cooper Higgins wrapped up in a tackle there.
So now it'll be the Lions backline under pressure.
Ball comes out the back to Lucas Roberts. He can't gather. Gathers again though. Dodges around one. Kicks on his right, looking for Margocious. Goes through his hands, gathered by Jack Sasse. His kick is smothered. Gathered by Baxter. Sends one forward there. Spoiled by Matters. Comes into the path of Marsh. Steps back to kick. His kick is smothered by Jack Sasse. Clearing kick forward. It's Aaron Proctor against two. In comes Charlie Smith to assist. Aaron Proctor grabs it in the centre of the ground. Hair passes wide to Tom Anderson. It's at his feet. Breaks one tackle. Hair passes over the top. Gathered there by Jackets. Good strong tackle by Aaron Proctor. And the umpire calls for a ball up.
Oh, saving tackle there from Aaron
They were
Proctor.
away, weren't they, Guy?
The Bulldogs were out. They were on the run like a dog running free in the park. Aaron Proctor saved it.
Ball throws up. Tapped there by Madden. Kick forward by Turvey Park. Marked by Zach Burhop. Stolen by Margocious. Kicked forward. Marked there by Turvey at centre half forward.
They're not out of it yet, the Bulldogs.
Sends this one long and high. Josh Walsh is held. Play on, says the umpire. Comes through and spoiled there. And it's a dive on the ball. Desperation there by Tom Quinn. Forces that one through. And it'll be another behind for Turvey Park.
It was one of those saving Private Ryan moments there for Tom Quinn as he scrambled to score a behind. An own goal in World Cup terms, but not a goal. An own behind, I guess. 10-9-69, 7-10-52, 15 gone.
Jack Sasse to bring this in. He's going to have to go long to the far side. Kicks this high. Sitting under it is Jack Reynolds. Almost marked by Jake Underwood. Coming through is Brody Morton. And Emery's marked it on his own at centre half forward.
The Bulldogs are in again.
He's going to have another shot here. 30 metres out. Virtually straight in front.
Bulldogs know they got time to win this game, Andrew.
There's plenty of time, yep.
He'll kick from 35, I'd suggest. No breeze, perfect conditions, dry ball, right foot, drop punt, goal all the way, I'd suggest. No, the goal umpire taps his shoulder. Another let off for the Lions.
Let off for the Lions there.
How many times will we say that? 10-9-69, 7-11-53, 16 gone.
Jack Sasse brings this back in. It's a dangerous kick, but it's marked by Zach Burhop. It's half back there. He can go wide to Boston McCree. Finds him on that far half back flank. He's got no one to kick to now. It's this next kick that they're going to find a target. He's going to be forced to kick down along the line, looking for Lucas Hattie. Goes over his head there, gathered by Turvey Park. Hand pass forward there. Ball's on the ground there. Jesse Lander tries to trap it. He's on top of the ball there, and the umpire calls for a ball up. It's on the Lions' half-forward flank now.
So we've gone to the northern end of the ground, right on the arc of the attacking 50 for the Lions.
Ball's thrown up, mad in the ruck against Marsh. The ball comes out the back to Tom Anderson. Flying shot at goal by Nate Hamlin. It's going to fall short. Aaron Proctor gives a little shove forward. Race for the ball there. Lions try to pick it up before the ball, the goal line. Gathered by Lucas Hattie, and he's tackled there. 15 metres out, 10 metres out from goal on a tight angle.
Again, Proctor did all the pushing and shoving and couldn't get back to the ball, Andrew.
Lions down a man on the bench. Seb Hamlin hasn't come on since half-time as the clearing kick off the ground here by Turvey Park. I think it's been deemed to be in danger or a tackle on Jesse Lander that...
Well, we might say in danger. If it is, they're very rare to get nowadays. We'll have to watch the game on the YouTube when Baz gets it up. I guess it doesn't matter much. It's a free kick to the Lions, taken by Jesse Lander. He's on a 45-degree angle, 40 out, northern end of the ground. Sun at his back. Right foot, he splits the high sticks at the northern end of the ground. The Lions players, supporters, coaches, they all love that one.
That's the Lions' 10th goal kicker. So they haven't relied on one today.
11-9-75, 7-11-53 with 18 gone. You'd have to say it's difficult now for the Bulldogs, Andrew, but they won't stop. Pretty entertaining game, even though you'd say the Lions have got a bit of a gap on the... It just doesn't feel... It feels closer than that to me.
Back to the centre of the ground. Marsh taps it down into the path of Baxter. Clearing kick out of the centre. High looking for Emery. Underneath it is Brad Matters. Spoils. Picked up by Boston McCree. Gets a quick hand pass to Zach Burhop. On to Jack Sussay. Lions clear out of fence. He goes wide and finds Shannon Butterfield on that wing. He can play on. No one on the mark. Chips one long and low and finds Lucas Hattie. Can turn and wheel one forward and finds Jack Reynolds. He's in front of the scoreboard. 80 metres from goal.
He's had a great game. I haven't got a vote card, but he'd be high on mine.
Ball goes into the forward line there. Spoiled by Turvey Park. Grabbed by Tom Anderson. He's tackled back to Jesse Lander through the hands of Jake Underwood. He tries to gather it in. He's tackled. And the umpire called for a ball up 40 metres from goal. The Lions' goal. 20 minutes gone in this last quarter. The Lions by 20 points. Ball's tapped down. Marsh tries to kick it out of the air. Comes through the hands of Tom Anderson. Players dive on top of the ball there. Comes out the back. Darren Proctor chips a little one short for Lucas Hattie. And he marks in the pocket in front of Harry Stapleton. Can go back and put this game well beyond doubt.
Yes, he'll have to kick from 35. He's about 15 in from the boundary line, eastern side of the ground. Perfect conditions. Goal umpire runs to the left, taps his shoulder, indicating one behind.
So Bulldogs to bring this one back in. 22 minutes gone by the scoreboard in this last quarter as Lucas Roberts plays on. Kicks right up the centre of the ground. Sitting under this Boston McCree and takes a good saving mark across the centre there for the Lions. He can come wide here and finds Cooper Higgins. Chip a little short one then to Colby Hamlin. Just inside the boundary in front of the kiosk. Soaking up a little bit of time. It's going to send this one long and high. Sitting under it is Joe Foley. He's shoved out of that one. The ball's on the ground there. Lucas Roberts taps it forward. Lions players diving on top of the ball. And Jack Reynolds dives it back in. Tries to get a hand pass away. A good strong tackle there by Joe Foley on Baxter. And the umpire will throw it up.
Hope it doesn't get real close, Andrew, because the scoreboard here at the ground have got it 11-9-75. to 7-12-54.
As the Lions get this one out the back to Jack Reynolds, he breaks one tackle, chips forward looking for Tom Anderson. He's spoiled, grabbed by Nate Hamlin, swings one way, then the rest. Ball's on the ground there. Morton's trying to pick it up. He's met solidly by Shannon Butterfield, and it's out over the sideline.
So what I'm saying is there, I might be wrong. I've got a few other jobs to do here, so in my defence, so I hope it doesn't get real close.
Time's ticking away with 22-minute mark of this last quarter. Tapped down by Dan Madden. Aaron Proctor there. He tries to get his kick away. The ball spills free. Gathered by Jack Reynolds. He taps it over the sideline.
Yes, just consuming too much time now for the Bulldogs as we get these repeat throw-ins in the Lions attacking 50. Northern end of the ground.
Ball's thrown in. Madden and Marsh had a good tussle all day. The ball's on the ground there. Turvey Park players dive on top of Charlie Smith, and the umpire will ball it up.
Coach Riley Corbett urging his players to settle.
Grabbed by Shannon Butterfield onto Jack Reynolds. He has a shot forward there, but he's kicked it out on the full.
So this will give the Bulldogs a chance to clear the area.
Jed Guthrie sends this up the centre of the ground. Sitting under it is Fellows. He takes the mark, plays on quickly into the centre of the ground, looking for Dylan Morton. He gathers, dodges around Jack Sussay, tackles onto Walgers. He can kick this one forward. Under it is Burhop, who takes a saving mark there in defence for the Lions.
He's got that zinc cream on. That saved it, Andrew.
Yes, he had the sun glaring in his face, and he kicks this wide and finds Cooper Higgins. He can chip it back as the siren goes to end of the game.
I don't have to worry about the scoreboard, my scoreboard being wrong.
The Lions have survived a tight tussle here between Turvey Park. It was just a dour contest all day. The game never reached any great skill highlights. A lot of turnovers.
No, just a good tight tussle. Yeah, as I said before, Andrew, you didn't get the impression that the Lions had full control of it. But once we got inside that last 10 minutes, well, we thought, well, it's too much time been taking up with ball ups and throw-ins for the Bulldogs to get a go on. But nevertheless, pretty entertaining. As I said earlier, the Hoppers, they're well and truly on top. It's a tight tussle between the rest.
Yes, every game's important. For the Lions today, I thought Jack Reynolds was superb. Zach Burhop was very good. Jack Sussay. Lucas Hattie had a good game.
Yep.
And for the Bulldogs, Marsh in the ruck toiled hard all day. Luke Fellows, Zach Walgers was good. But they just fell short of the Lions today.
Yeah, certainly no discredit to the Bulldogs. They put in a good effort. So the Lions have got a trek to Griffith next week, and then they got to go across to the crossroads at Colin Gully. That'll be a tussle, Andrew. It's always a tussle against the Gully.
Yes, it's always a tussle. They were sitting second on the ladder after yesterday's games. It's a real log jam at the top of the ladder there, and Turvey Park will still be sitting sixth at the end of this game.
And no doubt there'll be a few injuries that, you said Seb Hamlin came off, didn't take any further part in the game, so that'll be an interesting one for the Lions to deal
they had
a
few sore players there on the bench. They're probably only down to one fit player there at the end of the game.
So anyway, we'll close it out here. We can't say much more. Again, we've had a great day here for the Sponsors Day and the Farmer Appreciation Day and the volunteers of the club. It takes an enormous effort to run a football netball club these days. Another great successful day of same day junior football, junior netball, senior football, senior netball. We thank Baz for his efforts and his associate Tammy. And as stated, we've got 2 away, and then we'll be back here in the den in a few weeks' time. Good afternoon, everybody.
Thank you.